Join me as I dive into the wild world of diet myths and challenge myself to debunk the craziest ones you thought were true. Let's face it, we've all been there, scrolling through social media, coming across a post that claims eating a certain food will make you lose weight instantly, or that a specific diet is the magic solution to all your health problems. But how many of these claims are actually backed up by science? The truth is, there are so many diet myths out there that it's hard to keep track, and that's exactly what we're going to tackle today. Diet myths have become a huge problem, leading many of us down a path of ineffective or even harmful dieting practices. We've all been guilty of believing in at least one crazy diet myth at some point, but it's time to set the record straight. By exploring these myths, we'll be able to separate fact from fiction and make informed decisions about our health. The first step is to understand just how common these misconceptions are. Think about it. How many times have you drastically cut out a certain food group or tried a fad diet that promised the world? For many of us, it's a regular occurrence, but here's the thing. These myths can have serious consequences. The consequences of believing in diet myths can be severe. Wasting time and money on ineffective diets is just the tip of the iceberg. By following a diet that's not based on scientific evidence, you could be putting your health at risk. For instance, drastically cutting calories or certain nutrients can lead to nutrient deficiencies or even eating disorders. The diet industry is a multi-billion-dollar market, and a lot of that money is spent on products and services that simply don't work. This is not just a matter of financial loss, it's also about the emotional toll that comes with feeling like you're failing because a certain diet didn't work for you. The lack of education and misinformation out there can be staggering. Many of us don't have the tools to discern between a legitimate health claim and a baseless one. That's why it's so important to arm ourselves with knowledge and critical thinking. Another issue is that diet myths can be really persuasive. They often play on our deepest fears and insecurities about our bodies and health. It's easy to get caught up in the promise of a quick fix or a magic solution. But these solutions rarely exist. The worst part is these myths can be really damaging. Not just to our physical health, but also to our mental well-being. Constantly trying new diets and not seeing results can lead to feelings of frustration and low self-esteem. Sometimes it feels like every time you turn around, there's a new diet or health trend claiming to have the answers. And it can be overwhelming trying to figure out what's real and what's not. But here's the thing, once you start to see through these myths, you realize that the basics of healthy eating are actually pretty simple. It's not about cutting out entire food groups or relying on magic pills. It's about making sustainable lifestyle changes that you can maintain in the long term. Be sure to click the subscribe, like, and notifications button for more videos like this one. Okay, so let's get into some of these ridiculous diet myths. First up, there's the myth that carbs are the enemy. You know, the idea that if you want to lose weight, you need to cut out all carbs. But the truth is, carbs are an essential part of a balanced diet. They provide energy, fiber, and important nutrients. For instance, whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, and vegetables such as sweet potatoes with skin, green peas, and squash are great carbs. Black beans, lima beans, chickpeas, split peas, and lentils offer both carbs and protein. Apples, berries, and bananas are naturally sweet and are rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals. These foods can help keep you full, support healthy digestion, and even reduce the risk of chronic diseases like heart disease and diabetes. Another myth is that fat is bad for you. Sure, some types of fat, like trans fats, are unhealthy. However, healthy fats such as monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats are beneficial for heart health and overall well-being. They can help lower cholesterol, reduce inflammation, provide essential nutrients, and support brain health. Good sources of healthy fats include avocados, olive oil, nuts like almonds, walnuts, and peanuts, seeds like flax, chia, and pumpkin, and fatty fish like salmon, tuna, sardines, and mackerel. There's the myth that eating too much protein will make you strong and lean, but the reality is most people get more than enough protein in their diet. And excess protein can even put a strain on your kidneys. The amount of protein you need daily can vary based on several factors, including age, sex, activity level, and overall health. It's also worth talking about the myth that certain foods can boost your metabolism. While some foods like green tea and chili peppers may have a slight effect on metabolism, it's not enough to make a significant difference in weight loss. Other myths claim that you should eat only foods that are alkaline or avoid foods that are acidic. But the truth is, your body has a natural pH balance that isn't significantly affected by the foods you eat. The surprising truth about sugar is another one. While it's true that excessive sugar consumption can be unhealthy, the reality is that our bodies need some sugar to function like fruits that have natural sugars and are accompanied by fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants. Honey contains antioxidants and has antibacterial properties. It can be used in moderation as a sweetener. When it comes to sweeteners, some people claim that artificial sweeteners are a healthy alternative. But research shows that these sweeteners can actually have a negative effect on your health, like disrupting gut bacteria and increasing cravings for sweet foods. Among the sea of misinformation, there is one myth that stands out as particularly surprising: the idea that you should drink at least 8 glasses of water a day. It turns out there is no scientific basis for this claim. The amount of water you need depends on a range of factors, including your age, sex, weight, and activity level. The takeaway here is simple. When it comes to nutrition, it's easy to get caught up in the hype. But by focusing on whole, nutrient-dense foods and listening to your body, you can make informed choices that support your health. So let's recap. Carbs aren't the enemy, fat isn't bad, and protein intake depends on a number of things. By being more informed and critical of the diet myths out there, you can take control of your health and make sustainable changes that actually work. Disclaimer: the information provided regarding health benefits is for informational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. Always consult a healthcare professional before starting any new health regimen, treatment, or if you have any questions regarding a medical condition. Individual results may vary, and the effectiveness of health benefits can differ based on personal circumstances. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. If you've got any personal experience with a diet myth that you'd like to share, please drop it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more content that challenges the status quo and explores the truth behind popular health trends, and check out our next video I think you will love. Thanks for watching.